we're here enjoying our lovely everything going sour job in Shadowrun, because every good Shadowrun story starts with a job going south. Just the way it goes. But yes, we're here with Shadowrun Dragonfall, the sequel to Shadowrun Returns that focuses on a group running here in Germany, of all places, just out of Berlin, where we are currently just escaping a horrible lab job where essentially we were just supposed to break into a place and steal some stuff off of a computer. That was it. And then what do we find beyond the door? Boom! Giant laboratory where they're making like half robot monsters that do stuff for... And man, whew. Did we just barely make it out of there alive? We did not win that combat by any means. I don't think we could have, but we got out, and we got out with everybody. Well, except for Monica. Who died? Just Monica. So let's get back into it. And we'll see where this goes next. Iger rises from her corpse-strewn perch at your approach. From the look on her face, it's obvious that she's already sized up the situation. I knew this was going to happen. I fucking knew it. Yeah, we could talk about this later. For now, let's get the heck out of here, and we will address what the heck when happened. Tell me something I don't know. Iger slaps the side of the van. Pile in, people, and HalfLadyJackZ when we get back to the Kreuzbasar. Kreuzbasar? We're going to have a little talk. Oh, believe me. With you there. I am not happy with how this went down either. The Kreuzbasar, Kreuzberg, home of nearly 500,000 people, and, until very recently, Monica Schaefer. Once a melting pot of cultural diversity, it's now a chaotic mess of wealth and poverty, crime and commerce, anarchy and control. It's also the home of your own little slice of Berlin, a neighborhood the locals call the Kreuzbasar. A safe point in the eye of the storm. The ride back to the Kreuzbasar is quiet. No one is in a talking mood. As the van peers past potholes and garbage piles, the glare of the street lights and neon signs play across your window, painting a world in a kaleidoscope of garish colors. Soon the van rounds a corner and skids to a halt in a narrow, crumbling alley. This is as far from Berlin's chaotic streets will take you. Your team wordlessly debarks the vehicle and climbs down into a disused section of the U-Bahn tunnel system, a well-kept secret, providing your team safe passage into the Kreuzbasar. Are we the Ninja Turtles? Monica leads? HalfLadyJackZ does machines? I don't know. Your safe house awaits on the other side. Let's get inside. So we're going over here. Can't happen fast enough. Or are we supposed to get inside the tram tunnel? You step inside, and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face. Light glinting off the steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord. Part deal maker and part information broker. One of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Iger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows. Takes a moment to chew on the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Something the vault security got her when she was jacked in. It was all over insistent. The run was a setup. 1 minute she's cracking the safe. Next minute we're on the ground screaming. That's not helpful. Something in the vault security system cooked her brain. It was too quick to be black ice. Black ice, for the record, is ice. Ice being intrusion countermeasures. Icy ice. Black ice is ice that can, unlike everything else, actually physically damage you. Like, normally ice will just kind of like cause a little bit of mental damage, like kind of fry your brain a little bit or something like that. Maybe knock you unconscious. Black ice is designed to actually target the meat parts of you when it attacks your cyber person. Glory nods, her motions robotic and spare. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right. Iger thrust a gloved finger into your chest, and this idiot stood by and let it happen. I could shove her hand away, poke me again, I dare you, ignore it, let it happen. She jacked in, she screamed, she seized. By the time we saw there was trouble, it was already too late. Yeah, because you never bothered learning what to look for. Muscle contractions and micro tremors are good indicators of a Decker in distress. I'm assuming you didn't have anyone keeping an eye out for those? No, if you had, my friend wouldn't be lying dead in a basement. Oh, shove off, Iger. We were all on the lookout for physical security, HalfLadyJackZ included. Throwing him under the bus isn't going to help anything. Under the bus is exactly where he belongs. Iger turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that, but you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated this job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're going to get burned. Iger turns her focus back to you. If you had been paying attention, you would have figured all of this out on your own by now. You've known that Monica needed as much watching as the door. Enough, Iger. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Iger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. How many seconds passed between Monica's first convulsion and the plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain and... My choices are, how do I want to get interrupted? Iger, I don't. How dare you? Look, this won't. You don't have to answer that. Of course you don't. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your That is enough! Amsel's voice comes out in a roar. His fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Iger! You and HalfLadyJackZ can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. A client sent you into something much bigger than he'd let us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason we need to find him. We saw something back there. Something we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're all still in danger. He pauses and rubs his temple. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know what we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpire tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. The estate was just a front for what was going to be. After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. Monica lived long enough to say of name. Friar Shringa. She fought hard to tell us. It must be important. Amsel seems taken aback. Pauses for a moment before responding. The Fire Wing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. The Fire Wing? The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You are far too young to remember her, of course, but for Germans of my generation, the name Friar Schwing is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures full of patience and guile. Friar Schwing was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releasing it. There's a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation, no end in sight. It was a horror you cannot begin to understand. And what stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the Fire Wing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of Luftwaffe, of course. But it was the experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that had finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the SOX. The event was called the Dragonfall. Hey, that's the name of the game. I wonder if it has something to do with what's going on. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was as important an event as you make it out to be, surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the awakening were traumatic, Iga. Not just on a national level, but a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world. A new source of terror bewildered the public, and in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave their rise to another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Friar Schwing is a bit of historical trivia, nothing more. Alright. So Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Iger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any idea as to why? Amsel's voice trembles with frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Friar Schwing has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there is one thing I know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she tried to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself. Taking a deep breath and slowly release it. I would look into this and I would find answers. Did you find anything else of value? The estate was just a front? That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility looked serious, took serious funds to build. And time. There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? There was the orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be the head of their security. That is not much to go on. Do any of the details of the orcs to come to mind? Any distinguishing features I could look into? He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like there was replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I will look in to see what I can find out. Did you find anything else during the run that may be of value? That's all we got. That is not much. Amsel nods, his face drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin crafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Wait, we're still missing something. Who paid for this job? You haven't said a thing about our client yet, Paul. And whoever... I don't necessarily agree that it was a setup. Why? What would the setup... If it was a setup, why us? Like, why were we the targets of the setup? They would have wanted something for us, or to eliminate us. But I don't see meat to that line of inquiry. It keeps coming up, but I feel like that's a red herring. Because it feels like it's targeted, because bam, there it is. But they weren't waiting for us. They had security, but we triggered the security and we dealt with the security. Like, while I'm not willing to rule out the fact that they may have known what was going on, and the fact that there was something else going on in the basement, I don't think the client was intentionally setting us up. Amsel looks pained. I did not know his exact identity. I did not set up the run. Monica did. Well, crap baskets. So we don't even... and of course she didn't share that information with anyone. His face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take the job. She assured me it would be cakewalk. Well, we've established two things. One, Monica really likes food metaphors. Well, it's a cakewalk. This is a milk run. And two, are we sure Monica didn't set us up? Like, she was keeping her mouth shut. She was keeping a lot of secrets. Clearly. Honestly, I'm more suspicious of Monica than I am the client at this point. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-State political scene. I never much liked the man, but I certainly never trusted him. Oh, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause. Anything for the Flux State. He sighs. Oh, this ties into her weird political obsession with the goings-on of Berlin. or wanting to watch Dragon talk and whatnot. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the flux. And that was all it took. Sounds like Green Winters is our best lead then. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has been involved in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably gonna rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters. We need it fast. Any leads? Or how do we find this guy? I like that we've been playing it kind of professional. We're kind of like loose looking and like kind of like chill. Like we got the popped collar and everything. But you know what? Monica trusted us. We're in charge. We were put in charge of the team as the backup commander. You know what? We're going to play this professionally. There's a man here in the Kreuzbasar, a Turk named Altug Burakgazi. He owns a little soy calf shop just down by the way called Cafe Kezva? I want to say that's Kezva or Sezva? Not sure if it would be a hard C or a soft C in Turkish. I don't know. This man is also a purveyor of information. I have done business with him from time to time. And you think you would know something about Green Winters? Emsel nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I do not trust the man. Best to be cautious in our line of work. Thank goodness Paul did this. How screwed we would have been if we would have no access to the client whatsoever. Yes, tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already. Sparse though it may be. Oh, cool. We got 5 karma. Where are you guys going? You have a dog? As you start towards the safe house door, a large 4-legged form steps around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog? An enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. It looks like a hellhound. Or a tiger. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh, shit. Dante. Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. The sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago. Turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop. Kept... He closes his eyes. That was when I realized that something had happened. Aw, pupper. You're way less scary than your in-world version. Looking down at those brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Let's give him a scratch behind the ears. Dante leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going with you, HalfLadyJackZ. Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases it, and slow, melancholy smile plays across his face. Well, maybe a part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with Artug, mein Freund. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters, and we can get to the bottom of this. Now, I think we should all take a moment. For Monica. Oh, is he going to follow me around? Is this the streets? Okay, that's the exit. Which room is mine? I'm very unclear about this. Alright. Iger, we were going to have a talk. Iger glares at you, and you can taste the bile in her stare. She clearly blames you for Monica's death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader. You're wrong about me, Iger. I intend to prove that to you. She stares at you at the moment, then looks away. Best of luck with that, HalfLadyJackZ. Now please, leave me alone. As you wish. I don't have anything in the stash. Okay. Robo Lady? Glory is beautiful in a waifish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in a delicacy. There's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Glory is rocking a heavy load out of cyberware from head to toe. She looks to be composed more of plastic and metal than skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as her are anything but uncommon, but Glory's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. HalfLadyJackZ. Glory shifts her gaze to you, but her expression is as cool and placid as always. How can I help you? I have a question of a personal sort. Can I ask you a very personal question? I'm not big on sharing, sport. Personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. The edge in her voice tells you she's not interested in continuing this conversation. Had to try. Not gonna push it, not gonna be threatening, not gonna be a jerk. Of course, we all have our secrets, but if you ever want to talk, I'm here. And Dietrich is Dietrich. I'm not really gonna bother with him. Oh, fine, we'll talk to Dietrich. Hey, Dietz. Dietrich turns his head as you approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over the years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all of this, there's still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. HalfLadyJackZ, welcome. Got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing. We've got a fallen comrade to drink to. Now, in real life, I don't drink. But I am a dwarf. And if a dwarf turns down alcohol, stereotypes be damned. Something's wrong there. To Monica, Prost! The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear. As you raise it to your... You catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. It's a taste of sweet corn and walnuts with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. You swallow a swig and then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull from the bottle, then his eyes lock with you. Let me ask you a question, HalfLadyJackZ. What made you choose to come to Berlin? I had reasons. We could be evasive about it, but I mean, I think that's better than just being confrontational or dismissive. We're trying to build a repertoire with these people. We want them to trust us. We need all of us to work together as a team. Such as, come on, boss, I'm just trying to figure out who I'm working for here. Think I deserve to know that much. A member of my old crew betrayed me. A run went bad and my team... Funny enough, these are both the description of how the initial run goes in the base game, Shadowrun Returns. A member of my old crew betrayed me. It would make sense. I like that backstory because then it's us pushing for why we want to establish trust in the group. You know, because it's like, if you don't have that trust, you know, if someone's going to stab you in the back. Then again, a run went bad, my team paid the price. Could we explain why I'm trying to keep everything together? Went bad, like the run we just came back from? Worse, I was the only survivor. Oh, that's rough, friend. How'd it happen? Double-crossed. The run went without a hitch, but instead of paying us, the client decided to set up an ambush. Someone clued our target into our rival. They set a trap for us. We walked right into it. I like the double-cross one, because that plays into the trust issue again. Miserable bastard. Alright. If you'll tell me it's true, how'd you walk out alive? My team fought like hell. We took the ambushers down, but we all got shot up. I was the only one who survived. I like that one because it's like we took the last stand together. I just coincidentally am the only one that lived. Sorry to hear. Sounds like it was a glorious fight, though. So after all that went down, you decided to bail out of the Ruhrplex and head to Berlin? Am I getting that right? More or less. There wasn't really much left for me in the Ruhrplex, but Monica made me a hell of an offer. Oh yeah, Monica. Dietrich raises the bottle again, closes his eyes, and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returned his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? Just Monica. So let me ask you this, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know you two knew each other from way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. Why do you want to know? Monica was my friend. I cared about her. Dietrich shrugs. I don't know, I guess I just want to get to know her better. There were some areas of her life that have always been a mystery. If you could shed any light on them, I'd be appreciative. I knew Monica well enough to know what you mean. She did have a mysterious way about her. So what was the deal between the two of you? Don't leave me in suspense. We were friends. We worked together, we did jobs, you know. I would have considered her a pal. I don't know if we were very close, really. I think that's going a bit far. She never really was one for short guys, you know? Yeah, right there with you, and privileged to say so. She was one of the best women I've ever known. Anyway, I've got enough of your time. The bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk, for what it's worth. I'm happy you're here with us. Dietrich takes the final pull of the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Alright. With that said, let's see what we could do about finding out about looks like there's some stuff going on here. The dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease. Her almond eyes twinkle with the glare of a dozen trid screens. She speaks in a clipped, heavily accented German. Welcome to Data Haven. Can I help you with something? I'm in the minute market for something exotic. What kind of tech do you carry? Anything and everything. You need a new deck? Some new software, perhaps? I'm your girl. She taps her painted fingernails against the molded plastic of her data jack. Or maybe you're a rigger, like I am? Perhaps you could interest you in a new drone. It all sounds whiz to me. Let me see what you got. Do I have any programs, like, in... Ooh! An outfit. It's going to take up most of my money that I have right now, but this is the best deck I can equip at the moment. Area effect, Matrix attacks, deals 50 IP damage to ice and deckers. Blaster might not be bad. Need medic. And I need blaster. Okay. I think that's good. Right, so now we've got the craft work equipped. Before you stands a troll, though it is a stretch to say he is standing at all. His great mass is barely held by two vintage prosthetic legs, along with a crutch under one arm. His body clicks and hums with the shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you. If you know Monica. Sure, I know Monica. You one of hers, then? I'm HalfLadyJackZ. Oh, good to meet you, HalfLadyJackZ. My name's Alexi Lane. What do you do here, Mr. Lane? Ache and groan, mostly. And try not to be a bother. There's something you should know about Monica. Something happened to her on the run. I'm afraid so. There have already been whispers. I had a feeling. Besides, Monica always comes around to check on everybody. She's long overdue. And now you are here in her place. So either she's severely wounded or outright dead. I'm afraid she's gone. The grizzled troll nods grimly. The servos in his prosthetics complain as he lets loose a heavy sigh. That is a shame. He was a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I'll leave you be, Mr. Lane. So what are we looking for? A soy calf place, right? Which... Oh, wow. We're going the complete wrong direction. Ah, Kino! Is it a statue? A bizarre monument towers before you. At the top of the pedestal, the form of an angel stands, its outstretched wings looming over the small park. But the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold, Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that the artist has welded this monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers to life. A grainy face of a smug young orc appears on the screen. Hello there. I am Herbert Kunzel, creator of this monument. Would you like to know how? What would you like to know? Why do I get the feeling this is going to be important for something later? This is my tribute to victory. The victory of anarchy. It is both a citation and a parody of the statue we destroyed some 20 years ago. You may remember this history of trids. I am not even going to try and pronounce that word. There is no way I will be able to successfully pronounce it. But there was the phone ringing over here. It's an obsolete old phone booth, but it's ringing. Monotone pitch voice begins speaking. The shock while Reitner's contact for these guys is no more. HalfLadyJackZ is listed as follow-up contact. This will be our only secured line to this guys. Please listen to the following instructions carefully. You are a supporter of our cause. Who are the Shock, Weller, and Reitner? We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Each one you may find is request posted for the specific information. You can obtain a copy of this information, return here, and submit it via port to the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy onto the Matrix ourselves. It is a stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for the sought-after information in return to this location. Okay. So essentially, there's other phone booths that are, like, have information dumps, and if I get them all and bring them back here, he'll pay us. That works for me. Is that a picture of a bear with an assault rifle? Ah, that's the cyber clinic. Don't have any money right now. He apparently is the magic vendor. For like spells and whatnot, I assume. Yeah, see, it's a bear with a machine gun. Who are you? The Romani patriarch is an impressive figure. An enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant. His breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. Tavenbach's tale, dwarf. You're here to conduct some business? If so, I welcome you to Metbeck Arms and Ammunition. If not, keep walking. Don't mind me, I'm just passing through. You're the weapon vendor, I get you. Metbach's face hardened. After a brief pause, he gives you a curt nod. Very well, Godjaw. But if you come around again, you come with money. And you will come to buy, understand? He makes a shooing motion with his hands, wavering you away. Now move along. Zadevzilesa. This is a train station. Here's an elf dancing. Tip the dancer? Sure, I can tip the dancer. Is she doing the World of Warcraft elf dance? And there's a garden here. It's a nice garden. That's the Talismonger. Okay. That's David. Hi, David. We didn't find... Wait. That's the dwarf we... You're telling me this place was literally like 20 feet to the left and we decided to do the entire circuit around the right. Okay. Well, we got here. Hello. The man behind the counter looks right past you at the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish. Perhaps a coffee for our friend here. Paul Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I'm happy to provide. Like how you have a range of, I have no idea that we're speaking in code. And the bottom is, I'm sort of going to play along with this, but I'm not going to get too creative with it. And the top is, we are going full frickin' spy movie. Which, I mean, heck to the yeah. He tells me you're developing the menu for a friend of his now, Air Winters, I believe. I want to hear all about it. Ah, yes, of course, oh wise one. Kami, come. A young woman bustles in from the back room. Oh, Kami, come. He's calling someone. A young woman bustles into the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to overhear the noise of the coffee grinders. Now that's a bit of description I love. Oh, man. Burak Ghazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I'll see to it right away. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries into the room that she came from. My girl Kami is arranging to the contact with a chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind to run a small errand for me. Trifle, really. I hate to trouble you, but I am embarrassed to even ask. But I'd be most appreciative of your help. Of course! It's no trouble at all. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I've installed a number of data taps into Berlin's fiber optic network as part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all who live in the Kreuzbasar. In order to maintain their, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish you to visit each data tap and reset it. Simple enough? Yes, it is a simple job. Time-consuming and a bit tedious, but simple. Just reset the taps and come back when you're finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around the neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time you return, you'll have the information Herr Amsel requested. I was wondering what the boxes with like the sparks on them were for. Yeah, these guys. I saw these earlier, and I was wondering what the deal with them was. Well, time to go steal some cable.